Hello, Heartland fans! Nathan is leaving Heartland, news that has shocked fans. But here's the twist. Amy, who has already lost so much, is now in love with Nathan. Will his departure shatter her heart once again, just like Ty's death did? Or worse, could it push her toward a fate similar to Ty's tragic end? What will happen to Amy and her daughter Lindy as they face yet another painful goodbye? Grab your tissues, because the next chapter of Heartland is not going to be easy to watch. Heartland Season 18 kicks off with a wave of emotions that no one saw coming. Nathan, who has slowly become an irreplaceable part of the Heartland family, drops a bombshell. He's leaving, but why now? Why just when his bond with Amy had grown so deep and meaningful? Fans are left heartbroken, and the Heartland family is thrown into emotional turmoil. Nathan's exit isn't just any farewell. It echoes the loss of Ty Borden, a tragedy that still haunts Amy and the viewers. Ty was Amy's first love, her soulmate, and his death left scars that have taken years to heal. But now, with Nathan's sudden decision to leave, fans are asking the same terrifying question. Will Amy survive another loss? The season begins on a note of quiet tension. Nathan, as calm and reserved as ever, seems distant, detached even, despite the family's attempts to draw him back in. Amy senses something is wrong. Their connection, which has grown deeper with every season, now feels strained. She notices his hesitation during conversations, his longing stares at the open horizon, and his growing silence when they're together. These small moments hint at a larger storm brewing beneath the surface. As the news of Nathan's decision breaks, Amy is hit harder than anyone else. Over the past few seasons, Nathan has become her confidant, her friend, and someone who reminded her that love and trust are still possible. Their connection wasn't forced. It grew from shared experiences, mutual respect, and quiet understanding. It felt natural, genuine, and right. But Amy has loved and lost before. Ty's death was a defining moment, not just for her, but for the entire Heartland series. His sudden departure left her broken, struggling to rebuild her life while raising her daughter, Lindy, alone. Nathan's presence brought a sense of peace back into Amy's life, a sense that maybe, just maybe, she could love again. Now, with Nathan leaving, her fears resurface. The parallels to Ty's tragic exit are undeniable. Fans are left to wonder, is the show setting Amy up for another heartbreak? Could Nathan's departure trigger another devastating event that leaves Amy's life hanging in the balance? The weight of these questions hangs over the entire first episode, creating a suspenseful, almost haunting tone that grips the audience. While Amy struggles to process Nathan's departure, Lindy becomes a central part of the story. Lindy, who has grown up surrounded by love and loss, is no longer the little girl viewers first met. She's older now, and her bond with Nathan is clear. He's been like a second father to her. His decision to leave not only impacts Amy, but leaves Lindy confused, hurt, and searching for answers. One of the most touching moments of the first episode comes when Lindy asks Amy, "Is he leaving us too?" Her words cut deep because they reflect the unspoken fears Amy has been carrying. Amy doesn't want her daughter to experience the same heartbreak she did when Ty died. But how can she shield Lindy from the pain of losing Nathan? The big question of the first section revolves around why Nathan is leaving. On the surface, it seems like a personal decision, a need to pursue his own dreams, to find himself, or to explore opportunities beyond Heartland. But there's something deeper at play. Small, subtle clues suggest that Nathan is hiding something that could change everything. Is he running from unresolved feelings for Amy? Is there a professional opportunity waiting for him elsewhere? Or is there a darker reason, one tied to his past, that he hasn't shared with anyone? These questions keep the audience guessing, building suspense and leaving them desperate for answers. Throughout the first section, Nathan struggles to find the right moment to tell Amy the truth. Their conversations are filled with unspoken words, lingering glances, and a growing sense of finality. In one particularly emotional scene, Nathan and Amy share a quiet moment in the barn. The sunlight filters through the cracks, casting a warm glow as they stand together, surrounded by memories of the life they've built. Nathan tries to explain his decision, but Amy stops him. Her words hang in the air, raw and vulnerable, as Nathan looks away. This moment becomes a turning point. It's clear that Nathan cares deeply for Amy, but his decision to leave isn't just about her, it's about him. The tension is palpable, and the audience is left wondering, is Nathan running towards something, or away from someone. Nathan's departure doesn't just affect Amy and Lindy, it shakes the entire Heartland family. Jack, ever the wise patriarch, tries to offer Nathan guidance. "You're part of this family, whether you realize it or not," he says. But his words fall on deaf ears. Nathan's mind seems made up, and Jack's disappointment is evident. Lou, on the other hand, reacts differently. She's frustrated with Nathan for leaving, just as he was becoming part of the family. Lou has always been fiercely protective of Amy and Lindy, and she sees Nathan's decision as another blow to her sister's happiness. "Amy deserves better," she tells Jack. "She's been through enough already." These differing reactions add depth to the family dynamics, showing how Nathan's decision impacts everyone in unique ways. Some understand his reasons, while others feel betrayed by his choice to walk away. As Nathan climbs into his truck, he looks back one last time, his eyes meeting Amy's. "Goodbye," he says softly, his voice breaking. The sound of the engine starting feels like a gut punch, and as Nathan drives away, the camera lingers on Amy and Lindy. Their expressions are a mix of sadness, confusion, and loss. The screen fades to black, and viewers are left with more questions than answers. Will Nathan come back? How will Amy cope with losing him? And could this heartbreaking goodbye lead to something even darker, something that puts Amy's life at risk? Nathan's departure leaves a gaping hole in Amy's life, one that echoes the pain she felt when Ty died. As season 19 continues, the emotional weight of this loss begins to take a visible toll on her. Amy has spent years rebuilding her life, learning to be strong for Lindy and the Heartland family, but Nathan leaving brings all those old wounds rushing back. In the days following Nathan's goodbye, Amy retreats into herself. She throws herself into her work at the ranch, trying to stay busy and avoid confronting her emotions. The horses become her escape, her way of processing the pain she can't put into words. But despite her efforts, the weight of Nathan's absence is undeniable. Scenes of Amy working alone in the barn are particularly haunting. The quiet moments where she pauses to look at an empty space where Nathan used to stand speak volumes. The show's cinematography captures her isolation beautifully. Empty stables, half-finished chores, and the sound of her soft breathing as she fights back tears. These scenes hit hard for viewers who remember the same grief she experienced after Ty's death. Lindy, too, senses that something is wrong. In one poignant moment, she finds Amy sitting alone in Ty's old spot, her head in her hands. Lindy climbs onto her lap and asks, "Are we going to lose him forever?" Amy's response is both heartbreaking and hopeful. "Sometimes the people we love have to leave, but that doesn't mean they stop loving us." Her words offer comfort, but the cracks in her own resolve are clear. As the season progresses in Heartland, Amy's struggle begins to affect her relationships with those around her. She becomes distant from the family, missing meals, skipping important moments, and burying herself in her work. Lou confronts her sister, frustrated by her withdrawal. "Amy, you can't just shut us out," Lou pleads during an emotional argument. "We're all here for you, but you have to let us in." Amy's outburst in response shocks everyone. "I'm tired of losing people, Lou. First Ty, and now Nathan. How much more am I supposed to take?" This scene is powerful because it highlights just how much Amy has been carrying. Her grief isn't just about Nathan leaving, it's about the cumulative weight of everything she's lost over the years. Viewers are left wondering, is Amy reaching a breaking point? Could this loss lead to something catastrophic? While Amy struggles to cope, Lindy's role in the story continues to grow. She becomes the emotional anchor, reminding Amy of the strength she still has. Lindy's innocence and love become a guiding light, just as Amy's connection with the horses once saved her in her darkest moments. One heartwarming scene shows Lindy leading a young horse into the paddock. Amy watches from afar, a faint smile breaking through her sadness. Lindy calls out, "Mom, you always say horses help us heal. Maybe it's your turn now." This moment becomes a turning point for Amy. She realizes that while she's lost Nathan, she still has Lindy, and she still has the strength to keep going. The bond between mother and daughter becomes a central theme of the season, reminding viewers that even in the face of heartbreak, love remains. Just as Amy begins to find her footing again, a new twist emerges that leaves fans stunned. Amy receives a letter from Nathan. It's short, heartfelt, and filled with words he couldn't say in person. "I never wanted to leave like this," he writes, "but I had to. There are things I need to face. Things I couldn't tell you. This letter raises more questions than it answers. What is Nathan hiding? Why couldn't he say goodbye properly? And does this mean he might come back one day? The mystery surrounding Nathan deepens, pulling the audience further into the story. Amy's reaction to the letter is mixed. On one hand, it gives her a sense of closure, proof that Nathan didn't leave because he didn't care. But on the other hand, it reignites her hope. Maybe he's not gone for good, she tells Lou, her voice trembling. This hope becomes a driving force for Amy, but it also sets up new conflicts. Is Amy holding on to something that's already lost? And could her desire to see Nathan again put her in harm's way, emotionally or physically? Meanwhile, the rest of the Heartland family rallies around Amy, determined to help her heal. Jack, always the voice of wisdom, reminds Amy that life on the ranch has always been about resilience. We've faced storms before, and we'll face this one too, he says during a quiet moment on the porch. His words carry weight, grounding the season in the show's core themes of love, family, and perseverance. At the same time, Lou takes charge in her own way, stepping up to keep the family together. She plans a family dinner, one that Amy initially refuses to attend, but at the last moment, Amy shows up, leading Lindy by the hand. The scene is filled with warmth and relief, reminding viewers that even in their darkest times, the Heartland family always finds a way to come together. As the section closes, the focus shifts back to Nathan's unresolved storyline. Small hints begin to surface that suggest his departure might not have been entirely his choice. Could there be something, or someone, forcing Nathan to leave Heartland? Did he make a sacrifice to protect Amy and Lindy? A mysterious phone call late at night raises even more questions. Amy, half asleep, picks up the phone, only to hear silence on the other end. The camera lingers on her confused expression before cutting to black, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats. Who called? Was it Nathan? And what does this mean for Amy and Lindy's safety? Just as Amy begins to rebuild her life after Nathan's departure, Heartland Season 19 takes a dramatic turn that shocks fans and leaves everyone on edge. What seemed like a story of heartbreak and healing now unravels into something much bigger, with questions surrounding Nathan's sudden exit reaching a boiling point. The mystery surrounding Nathan's departure deepens when Jack receives a cryptic letter addressed to Nathan. The letter arrives unexpectedly, its contents unknown to anyone but Jack, whose face darkens as he reads it. Jack, a man rarely rattled, looks visibly disturbed, a reaction that fans won't miss. Lou, sensing something is wrong, presses Jack for answers, but he remains tight-lipped. "Some things are better left buried, Lou," he mutters, before locking the letter away in his desk. This small moment raises huge questions. What is Jack hiding? And why does it seem connected to Nathan? The letter isn't the only clue. Around this time, strange things begin happening on the ranch. Amy notices unfamiliar tire tracks near the property line, as though someone has been watching the family from a distance. Horses grow restless in the middle of the night, a clear sign of something, or someone, disturbing the peace. When Amy shares her concerns with Lou, they brush it off as stress or coincidence. But the camera lingers on Amy as she glances toward the horizon, her expression uneasy. Viewers can feel the tension building. Something is coming. The plot takes an unexpected turn when a familiar face from Nathan's past suddenly arrives in Hudson. Enter Jason Cooper, a former ranch hand with a shady history. Jason's arrival sends shockwaves through the Heartland family, especially when it becomes clear that he's been asking questions about Nathan. Amy confronts Jason in town, demanding to know what he wants. His response is cryptic. "I'm just here to tie up some loose ends. Nathan owes some people, and I'm here to collect." Was Nathan forced to leave Heartland? Could he have gotten caught up in something dangerous? Something he's been hiding from everyone, including Amy? Amy, unwilling to let this mystery linger, becomes determined to uncover the truth about Nathan's departure. Her search for answers leads her to unexpected places. Old friends, abandoned properties, and pieces of Nathan's life she never knew existed. One powerful scene shows Amy standing in Nathan's empty cabin. Dust covers the furniture, and the room feels hollow, but something catches her eye. A photo tucked away on the mantel. It's a picture of Nathan with a younger version of Jason Cooper. Amy stares at it in shock. "What were you hiding, Nathan?" she whispers. Back at Heartland, Jack notices Amy's obsession with finding Nathan is consuming her. In a heartfelt conversation, he warns her to tread carefully. Amy, sometimes the past is better left alone. You have Lindy to think about. Amy's response is filled with raw emotion. Jack, I can't just sit here and do nothing. Nathan left without saying goodbye, and I know something's not right. I owe it to him and to myself to find out the truth. Jack, ever the voice of reason, reluctantly agrees to help, but his words hang heavy in the air. Fans are left wondering, what does Jack know? And could Amy's search for answers put her and Lindy in danger? As the section builds to its climax, tension reaches an all-time high. Late one night, Amy hears a noise outside the house. Grabbing a flashlight, she steps onto the porch, the cold night air swirling around her. The sound of crunching leaves grows louder, and then silence. Amy's breathing quickens as she scans the darkness. Hello, she calls out, her voice trembling. Suddenly, the flashlight flickers, and the faint outline of a figure can be seen standing just beyond the fence. The camera pans to Amy's shocked expression as the figure slowly steps back into the shadows and disappears. This chilling discovery leaves viewers with more questions than answers. Who was watching Amy? Was it Nathan trying to protect her from afar, or is something more sinister at play? The stakes have never been higher, and fans are left on the edge of their seats, desperate to know what happens next. In Heartland Season 19, Amy is thrust into a web of mystery and danger as she digs deeper into Nathan's sudden disappearance. As unsettling events unfold, she begins to suspect that Nathan left to protect her and Lindy from a threat far greater than she imagined. Amy's search for answers intensifies after strange events, like Nathan's abandoned hat and the appearance of Jason Cooper. Lou urges Amy to let go, but Amy refuses, believing Nathan's departure hides a darker truth. She uncovers a hidden letter from Nathan, revealing that he left to protect them from an unknown danger. Amy confronts Jason Cooper in a tense encounter, demanding answers about Nathan's disappearance. Jason warns her to stop digging, threatening that continuing her search will put her and Lindy in grave danger. His words hint that Nathan's leaving was not by choice, but out of necessity to shield them from a serious threat. Georgie returns to Heartland and quickly realizes something is wrong. After Amy confides in her, the two uncover a series of mysterious payments Nathan made to a figure named Harlan Blackwell. A dangerous loan shark, Blackwell's involvement suggests Nathan was caught up in something much bigger, possibly to protect the family. Amy's pursuit of answers leads her to an abandoned barn, where she encounters a shadowy figure. The figure warns her to stop searching, but Jack arrives just in time to save her, further proving that they are in deeper danger than they realized. At Heartland Jack confronts Amy about her reckless behavior. Despite his concern, Amy is resolute in finding Nathan and protecting her family. Jack, realizing her determination, agrees to help, and together with Georgie, they commit to uncovering the truth behind Nathan's disappearance and the threat looming over Heartland. This season sets the stage for an intense battle for the safety of the Heartland family as they face an adversary far more dangerous than they initially imagined. Amy's strength and determination become central to the story as she strives to uncover Nathan's secrets and protect her family. With Amy now in the crosshairs, fans are left wondering, who is Blackwell, and why is Nathan tangled up with him? Will Amy's search for Nathan put her and Lindy in even greater danger? And most importantly, can the Heartland family find Nathan before it's too late? As Amy investigates Nathan's sudden departure, the mystery deepens, uncovering a web of lies and unexpected danger. Nathan's disappearance was never as simple as it seemed. When he returns, a broken and worn man, he reveals a dangerous truth. He's been running from a ruthless debt collector, Blackwell, whom he owes money to. Nathan's escape wasn't just about him, it was about protecting Amy and Lindy from the violent men Blackwell controls. Now that Nathan is back, Amy is faced with an impossible decision. Despite Nathan's sacrifices, the threat looms larger than ever. In a pivotal moment, Amy decides to fight, not just for Nathan, but for her family and Heartland itself. With the stakes higher than ever, the question remains, can their love survive the dangers ahead, or will Blackwell's wrath destroy everything they've fought for? The storm is coming, and the fate of Heartland hangs in the balance. As Blackwell's men close in Heartland, the tension is unbearable. The family faces its darkest hour as Nathan's past catches up to them, putting everyone at risk. The Heartland family must decide whether to stand their ground or run for safety. In a tense standoff, Nathan urges Amy to protect Lindy, but Amy insists on facing the threat together. As Blackwell's men arrive, a fierce battle ensues. Despite their best efforts, tragedy strikes. Nathan is injured, leaving Amy heartbroken but determined to protect what's left of her family. As the battle intensifies, Amy makes a courageous decision to hold off the attackers, while Lou and Georgie help Nathan escape. Just when all seems lost, unexpected help arrives, and Blackwell's reign of terror is brought to an end. But at what cost? Nathan's injury is severe, and the family is forever changed by the fight. The future remains uncertain, but the Heartland family's bond is unbreakable. Together, they will rebuild and face whatever challenges lie ahead, knowing that their strength and unity will see them through. With that, the story of Season 19 comes to a powerful and emotional conclusion. Heartland has triumphed over its greatest challenges, but the journey isn't over. Will Amy and Nathan's love survive the trials ahead? Share your thoughts in the comments section and subscribe our channel Ideal Stories. Press the bell icon for more Heartland updates. Thanks.